Alrighty then, let's talk heavy. Let's talk heavy, man. Let's talk about Tobias Harris. Should the Pistons shop Tobias Harris? He got 1 year left on his deal. Check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist. Hit the link tree. Find me everywhere there. It's the first link in the description. Uh, it's an interesting conversation to have. A lot of people, didn't appreciate Tobias last year. He got off to a slow start. Him and Tim Hardaway had to knock the rust off. But he got off, he got hot. He found his rhythm, played well. The Tobias Harris haters were quiet. But I just think he never got credit, his just due or his full credit for what he did on the defensive end of the floor. What he did on the defensive end of the floor, he, he was one reason why they was one of the top defensive teams in the league. Stewart trying to guard Forrest last year and them trying to find guys that can guard for us was a problem. Tobias instantly came in, stabilized the fourth spot, played great defense. He's just a solid player. Would I like to see him rebound the ball a lot better? Yes. Would I like to see him, be a more consistent shooter? Yes. Only thing I really didn't like, and I seen it through the whole playoffs with other people, when they get these switches on guys like, Jalen Brunson, kill that motherfucker, man. Kill him. Kill him. When you get that ball, make that first move. Don't let them get under you. Make that first move and get to the rim, and make a strong scoring move. Yeah, I was seeing that all the time. These short dudes, and these big fellas get these short dudes on their hip, or get them in their front, and they not killing them. KD get in that position. KD ain't even bringing the ball down to his hip. He's shooting it right above his head every time, or he making a move going to the rack. So that's the really thing that really grind my gears about him. He was getting the switches on Bronson. He was bailing Bronson out. Y'all get that little motherfucker on me, man. Put him in the blender. But I think, you got to have a plan to replace him. Would Naz Reid be an upgrade? From game wise, yes. He's a great defender on the perimeter. He can shoot the ball. He can put the ball on the floor a little bit more. He's an energy guy, but we've never seen him in a position to go out there and be the starter. But I don't think that's a problem. Bobby Portis, I would like to see him and Bobby Portis kind of play together, in my opinion. Like Bobby Portis back him or Naz Reid up. I like that from that aspect. I think Bobby Portis would be a good piece off the bench. A straight starter. Can't get mad at it, but at this point in his career, I like to see him help a Tobias or help a Naz Reid. But I think Naz Reid would be an upgrade. But as far as camaraderie or a continuity type of thing fit, you just don't know. I think Tobias Harris they look up to him in that locker room, and you don't really want to mess with that chemistry like that. But like I said, he shoot the ball well. And so does the other guy. So really, it's expiring contract. It was a 2-year deal. Could he help? Could he help a team? Yeah, he can help a bunch of teams. A bunch of teams would like to trade some pieces to Detroit to get that contract so they can wipe some salary clean. But also, he gonna help. He gonna help you win some games. A good locker room guy. But you heard what Jalen Rose said. They need help at the stretch four position. And a piece like Tobias in that contract, that's a huge piece when you're talking about a trade. Whoever you tend to trade for, a Devin Booker or a marketing or if it's Zion, if it's Ja, if it's Trey, if it's somebody else, that's a key chip. 20-something million, whatever it is, 30, 25, whatever it is. That's a key building block. Guess what? Not only does he help make the salary work, but also it's a 1-year deal, so they get that expiring contract. It's a clean slate. So he's very, vital to any deal that they try to make. Most likely that contract is gonna be there. Then you ask yourself, how do you fill that void? Boy, you better be able to have a deal or want somebody coming back, because the Pistons struggle trying to fill that position. Do you feel like Ron Hollins is ready to take on being the 4 or Bobby Killerman, whatever his name? I don't think so. Until Ron consistently can knock down that 3-point shot, I don't think he's ready. And Bobby, I didn't never see this guy play. So you better have a plan to bring a 4 back, whether it would be Naz Reid, whether it be Bobby Portis. You better have a plan to be able to bring that particular guy back. So, He was just too important. He's the reason that the Pistons defense went up the way it did. Tim Hardaway, he played hard defensively. Malik, he's known for his defense, but Tobias Harris stabilizing the 4 position for the Pistons. That's what really did it. They struggled guarding that 4 position, and it is nothing but an extension of the small 4 position now. That's all it is. Your power forwards is no longer like Tim Duncan, or who was the power forward between Ralph Sampson and Hakeem Olajuwon? I would probably imagine it probably was Hakeem. No more Kevin McHale's or Kevin Garnett. Them days is over with. And even when you play bully ball, these big guys so sad. Can't neither one of them post. Most of them can't post up no more. So when they get a smaller guy on their hip, they can't even make them pay. That's why bully ball don't work, or that big ball don't work. No Diddy, no Harvey Weinstein, no Kanye. So believe it or not, it was a time in the league where you can play Grandmama and Alonzo Mourning together. And Cleveland get away with it with Mobley and Jared Allen, because Mobley is an exceptional basketball player. So, but yeah, Tobias, he provided a lot of stability at the power forward spot. From a defensive standpoint, they struggled. So don't think just giving them up. Boy, you better have a plan to bring an additional power forward in. You better be Dan the man with the plan. Real talk. You better have a plan. Because if you don't, that's a position they struggle. That's one thing that Terajan Lane, that's the first thing he probably was like, you know what? We need a power forward. A modern power forward. He did it. And drafted that kid from Bobby. I don't know much about him, but you get him in the weight room and see what he can do and start developing some of these guys. Remember that one guy we had that's from overseas and he never made it over here? He's a really good shooter from Italy, man. What happened to that dude? He never made it over here. He never made it to the league, so that was crazy. But hey, hit the link in the description. Follow me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Everything's in the link tree, man. I do appreciate y'all for supporting the channel. I'm gonna take this off. It's about time to take this off for the day. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate y'all. Try Detroit Pistons to our playlist for more videos like this. But I know I heard something. But other than that, man, let me know what y'all think about what the Pistons should do with Tobias Harris. Peace.